Hey, what's going on everybody? Binge here, back at it once again with another video. It's been a long time since I've done that intro, huh? So yeah, Attack on Titan Season 3. I just finished it the other night, and I know I'm late for the party here. It's very good. It is very, very good. And I was a little bit discouraged going into the season because a lot of people, a lot of manga readers were saying that this was sort of the low point of the series in terms of entertainment quality. It was very slow, kind of boring. And I disagree. I truly do. And I've heard people actually diss this season because of that. And I don't think that they could have been more wrong. I think that this season is just fantastic because of the story. You know, Attack on Titan has always been a series that I've very much enjoyed. But in terms of story, it hasn't been great. It's great now. The amount of world building here, the amount of character building and just big reveals, finally the mystery, a lot of the mystery at least, is here. We know it. We know what's happening, and I really, really like that. I like that it's taken this long. I like how they've been leading us on for so long, and it's kind of like a conclusion to a lot of stuff here. We still don't know what's in Eren's basement, or at least I don't know what's in Eren's basement, but we know kind of what Titans are. We have a lot of information on Grisha, Eren's father. We know what's going on there with Lord Rice and sort of this hierarchy there, and how he's passed down this Titan ability and how Grisha stole it. And Kenny, we know about Levi's backstory, where he came from, and it's just it's something that I've wanted from a long time from this series, and it's nice to finally get that. I think it is my favorite series this year. And it's not just because of that story, it's because I think that Attack on Titan has some of the best OST, the best voice acting, the best animation, and just some of my favorite moments from anime this year. I truly believe that this year has been very good for anime. There have been a lot of great series, but nothing tops Attack on Titan, guys. It just not in my book because of those things. I think that not only Attack on Titan has great animation, great VA, and all that stuff, but it's the best in most of those categories. It's the best in terms of that stuff. I think that it has some of the best voice acting I've heard this year, and the OST is just it's so good. It is very, very good. There's actually a vocal track about midway through the series. It's like Attack on Titan rap, which I didn't know that I needed. It actually works. There's a lot of CG in this season here, and I think that works. I know that's a thing that a lot of people draw complaints from, but I think it was necessary. I truly do, especially towards the end with that giant Lord Rice Titan, just this disgusting slug-looking monster creature, bigger than the Colossal Titan. It makes sense that they would use CG for that. And they actually do a lot of really cool things with the CG in that. You know, a lot of stuff with 3D backgrounds, a lot of panning, sweeping shots, stuff like that. I think that just really paid off. The best part about this season, though, is the fact that a lot of people said that it was a very slow arc in the story. I thought that Wit Studio did an incredible job with direction and pacing and how they just told this story. Whether it be, you know, flashbacks that were integrated into full episodes or conversations that were had here, but instead they were had here in the anime. I think that it's just a triumph of anime direction. I actually watched it with my brother, and he read all of the manga, and he told me a lot of the differences here and there. Some things were excluded too, which is crazy. I think that when he told me these things, I get why Wit Studio did that. I think that they were smart to exclude some of the things that were in the manga, and I think they were smart to kind of rearrange a lot of the kind of plot elements here and there in terms of flashbacks. And this is a very flashback heavy season, and it works. It really does work. I don't think that it was boring. I actually find this season a little more entertaining than last season. I think the last season had incredible moments, but there were some slow points for sure. There were there were a lot of slow points actually in season 2 towards like the middle of the season, but this is just all killer no filler with season 3. I think that they did a really good job of just making sure that every episode was special. Kenny, my God, Kenny in this series was just so great. From his arrival to his death. This is a very spoiler heavy video, by the way. Kenny dies, and it's kind of tough, and you start understanding Kenny's character throughout the series, and you start understanding sort of his background with the Ackermans and what happened with Lord Rice and the Rice siblings, and it's just it's so good, and how they dip into the backstory there when he's, basically dying, leaning against that tree, having Levi there, just watching him die, the Titan syringe that Levi has, that Erwin entrusted him with. Erwin's the best character. Erwin is the MVP of the season, in my opinion. Just so good, and to his incarceration, to his sort of like the council meeting, what he was having when he was chained up. And the hypest moment to me of the season was when they were on top of that wall and people were starting to cheer them on. And they start realizing, has this ever even happened? Have we ever had like a send-off before? And he realizes that they haven't, and he takes advantage of it, and he raises his fist and he shouts, and it's just such a heartfelt, beautiful moment that actually brought tears to my eyes, because we haven't seen that in the series. The scouts have never really been the heroes that the civilians look up to, and they finally are, and it's just such a great moment. Historia becoming the queen, that was such a great moment. Historia as a character, that's another MVP contender for sure. I really enjoyed her character, how she was very feeble before, and now is one of the strongest characters in the series. Eren Yeager, I thought, was a really good character. How he takes this mystery, how he realizes this and realizes that there's some bad stuff happening here, and how he didn't know about these things. And I can't remember his name, unfortunately, but the bald trainer dude, the person that trained all the cadets, his backstory with Grisha, his backstory with Eren, how he kind of sabotaged Eren's ODM gear, and he didn't want him to become a scout because he didn't want him to die. He cared for him, and he altered that. And then Eren still beat the odds. He still beat the broken ODM, and then he realized that he was chosen. He was special, as the conversation between Grisha and him kind of worked through their overall interaction. Again, so many great moments I can keep going on and on about. I truly believe that Attack on Titan is better than ever. In terms of the anime, it is better than ever right now. The cliffhanger at the end of the credits. First things first, unprecedented. I have never seen a series take advantage of a end credit scene the way Attack on Titan has. I've never seen it before, and the way it kind of alters the ED, and the way you see just, I mean, I don't even know if it's something that we should be seeing. Like, it feels wrong watching it, but it's so cool watching it. The way it was implemented, I do not know where we're going with the story. We are going to see what's in that basement. We are going to see a lot of things are going to be revealed next season, and I love how they set it all up. I think that the network and Wit Studio, the way they kind of separated the seasons was a little wonky. I think that they should have just called this season 3 and next year season 4. It's kind of weird how they split them up, because I think that this season actually ends really well. It actually ends better than the last season, I believe. So it's kind of weird how they did that. I honestly think that they would have garnered more hype if they ended the season here, waited a few weeks, and then said, oh yeah, by the way, season 4, that's just a few months away, get ready. Like, I think that would have garnered so much more hype and excitement, instead of kind of like, we're splitting the season, you're getting less episodes, having that next season would have been much more hype. But it's the same thing regardless. I love it. And by the way, the opening and the ED, best in the biz, guys, best in the biz. You got Hyde from Larkin Seal. Like, are you kidding me? That dude is just very, very good. If you have not watched Attack on Titan, and for some reason you're watching this video, do yourself the utmost pleasure of watching through the whole thing. It is such a binge-worthy show. It truly is. The reason why I stopped watching was because it wasn't that fun covering it on YouTube. Or it was fun, but it just wasn't garnering that big of an audience, and it just wasn't worth the trouble. So I decided to kind of just drop the series, and I tried to keep watching it, but wasn't really able to. I just kind of got detached from it, and that was a mistake. I should have just kept watching it. But binging it, on the other hand, was a lot more fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like I mentioned before, Attack on Titan is such a binge-worthy series, and it was a good time. It was probably my favorite watch through this year in terms of new anime. And don't get me wrong, this year had some fantastic anime, so much great anime. It's just not touching Attack on Titan. I'm sorry. I know it's kind of like a cliche thing to say, Attack on Titan, king of anime. Like, I know that's it just is. It's my favorite this year. Let me know what you think. Did you like this season of Attack on Titan? Do you think that Wit Studio did a good job with it? And also, what is your favorite anime this year? Is it Attack on Titan? Is it Darling in the Franxx? Oh God. Let me know what you think and all that stuff down in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed anything that I had to talk about today, and I'll do a little shameless plug. Follow me on Twitter. You can get updates on future content on this channel, and we can just keep in touch. You know, we can talk about some things. I like hyping some stuff up over there. So yeah, hit me up on Twitter. The link to it is down in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.